Alright, so now that we've got everybody's base coat dry brush, you know, for the undercolor to really shine through, the best thing we could do, since we're dealing with two separate things, two separate warbands or crews, is to separate them and paint them together as a unit rather than try and do it all at the same time. So we're going to work on the guild first. We can see the details better, so we're going to focus in on kind of, well, what's going on with each of these figures. There's only 4 of them, so that's not so bad. As far as the nurse, she's got this, you know, purse bag type thing. She's got a hat, she's got a coat. So only really 3 things to work on. This guy's got the work apron that we want to look just disgusting. I think he's got goggles. Yeah, he's got goggles. Of course, the doctor, he's got the chainsaw, a lab coat, hair, Facebook messages. And the other orderly, he's got a big syringe, a lab coat, and goggles. And a piece of brush. So, we've just got to think of some colors. I don't have snakebite leather, so I've got to think outside the box. Now, once you've got your base coat done, we're really going to just jump into dry brushing a different color, a bunch of different colors. And in between dry brushing, you apply what are called inks. So we'll get to that as well. But if dry brushing hits the surface, inks are going to hit the recessed areas to really enhance what we're already going for. In lieu of leather, we're going to do just a little bit of yellow. And then when we apply a brown wash to that, because I do have a sepia wash, hopefully that'll give us the effect that we're going for. If not, we'll play around. And this yellow is one that I've recently restored. It's not so much focus on a pile of crap, but when it comes to dry brushing, avoid that a little bit. Proof that my magic works. Huzzah! So let's go ahead and get the brush a little bit wet. Really get in there. Absorb as much pigment as we can absorb. So okay, so we've given the brown, well, sepia ink a second to dry. We're going to try dry brushing on top of that with bleached bone, which is another crappy ruined one that we're just going to get the pigment out of. So scrub some off. And now we're going to shoot for on top of the coats. So it is taking us in the direction that we want to go. See, I just went from, you know, this color, which is like a yellow, to this color. Very different. Still got that whole other thing going on. So what you see is happening is, you know, dry brush one color, then a wash of a darker tint and then dry brush a lighter color than you originally dry brushed. And you can continue this process and just keep building the color and the character until it's where you want it to be. So my next plan is to make their lab coats bloody disgusting. So I think we're going to get their skin out of the way real quick, because then we just don't have to worry about it, and it'll start putting the pieces together. Quick 3-step process. We're going to dry brush with tentacle pink, which should provide for an interesting effect. And then we're going to wash it with this ball bread that was kind of disappointing. And then we're going to finish it up with elf flesh. The reason we're going to base it in pink is that pink is really going to stand out against the colors that we've already got. Like if we went for a flesh color now, it's already kind of that color. We don't want them to be the same color as their clothes. So let's get on that. And this pink, once again, is pretty much destroyed. So we don't want to affect the areas that we've already dry brushed too much if we can avoid it. Scrub it in there, get in there, scrub it out. Okay, and even now I think this brush might be a little big. Any of the areas of the lab coat I accidentally went over, I'm just going to take a brush and use the most prominent color of the lab coat that I used to dry brush to get over it. But this is the start of skin. Now she's going to be a bit difficult. So I've got a fine detail brush now. It turns out my elf flesh, which was my hope, is kind of crappy as well. So the consistency on this may not come out very well, and I've got to make sure I'm sitting in a good position so you guys can get some of the action. I don't think this is going to apply paint very well. Oh, well, it's not too bad. And I'm using this fine detail brush more like a dry brush almost, because I'm just rubbing over edges instead. Cool. So, just his face and hands, and already we can see a huge difference in his color scheme. Things look like they're starting to set. He's coming more like a green color, which is really good.
You know.